Hello and welcome everyone to today's match for the TT Amulet tournament. Today we have Obiyo versus Tarzan the Great. I think this is secretly going to be one of my favorite matchups for the group stage, honestly. Knowing these two, the good friendly rivalry that they have, I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, it will be great. I will be joining you for commentary. The
Hello,
great
Andy.
Mr. Ponytail.
I
I
met this
heard
guy.
he's pretty good at car.
Yeah, I play card. All right. I believe we are going to be getting readied up right about now, and the runners will be on their way in just a moment. It looks like they're ready.
Are we ready for some TTME?
I'm ready. And the countdown has started. And drum roll. And they're off. Good luck, have fun. They're all synced up now. That's always a nice feature to have for restreaming of a tournament race like this. Sometimes you can be off by a little second. Then you can sync it up, and now it looks dead even. They're on world record pace right now, if you can believe it or not.
This category is so much fun. I would have definitely joined this game if I had been able to. But it's a fairly new invention.
Yeah.
Really good race category.
I really, really like this category. I think of the, I think we added 6 new categories to the leaderboards on SRC. There was a 7th, but it didn't make the cut. But this one of the 6 is probably my favorite. It's short and sweet, shows off a bunch of skill, and the routing is fun. You got cutscene skips, you got plane, you got hover, you got car, and you got the mini games.
We
You
got
don't
Hover
have.
Challenge even,
You do
so
have
no
hover
one can
challenge.
complain.
You got plane challenge. All right. The overworld movement here is actually somewhat overlooked. Like this is a lot of seconds can be saved if you have really clean overworld movement, grabbing all of these balloons and making your way around this really tight turn back into the main hub area.
Missing one is not something you want to win
No,
a race.
looks like they both grabbed the ledge balloon. That one's usually very tricky. They grab the 4th one, and they are pretty much dead even. I think Obiyo has probably some of the highest standards for that overworld movement in particular, so I wonder how happy he is with that. I know Tarzan's quite happy to keep up with them. Obiyo, going into this matchup, probably has the edge, but Tarzan is, of course, a veteran when it comes to all the RTA categories.
Yeah, never underestimate his power.
Yes. They're both very well accomplished time trialers.
We see the strange track order for Dino Domain, which I remember using sometimes in 100% if I miss
Oh no.
an overworld balloon.
Waterfall percent. Tarzan unfortunately got pretty much the worst oil slick placement possible on this track, and that's an oil slick right behind lap 2 pond jump zipper. When you hit that, you just get sent into the waterfall to our right, and it's a very bad time loss. It looks like it could have been a little bit worse. I think he recovered pretty decently. Yeah, this track order that we're doing starting in Fossil Canyon, it's to prioritize collecting the minigame key and completing the minigame before we do our 4th race in a world. And that allows us to skip an additional cutscene, which we'll see later on. They both get cutscene skip
That
here.
cutscene skip is extremely important.
Yep. As some of you may know, all the cutscene skips are 1 frame. They can be buffered in a sense. It's not a true buffer because you have to press start on the next possible frame, exactly on the frame, and it can't just be held for the next frame possible. It's a really difficult combination of buttons to do it just right. But the best players are very consistent at it.
This category is not for the players that hate any percent for how important cutscene skips are.
Yeah.
Like this is in a way even worse.
Good key grab from Tarzan. 38 for the key grab, Ancient Lake, is pretty good. Oh. We call this cutscene skip miss taking a walk. If this is your first cutscene skip miss, you have to watch this whole cutscene uninterrupted and then watch the entire key cutscene uninterrupted. It's like a 45-second delay from when you get to play the game again, but the actual time loss is only 2 seconds, luckily. Because then you can now skip the TT Amulet piece cutscene after you beat Fire Mountain. And that's a little bit shorter, I think. Yeah, it's only a 2-second time loss if you miss one of your first 3 in this category. But each subsequent cutscene skip miss is always going to be 6 seconds. So it looks like Obiyo is now 30 seconds ahead, but Tarzan will make up pretty much all of that once they both get past the Fire Mountain minigame.
Which really sucks, by the way.
Obiyo is on his way to the first minigame, which is Fire Mountain. This is the egg collection minigame. Just hatch 3 eggs in your nest before the other players and you win. Takes about 10 seconds once the egg is placed in your nest for it to hatch, and then it is no longer able to be stolen from the other players. And while it's being hatched, it can be stolen from CPUs, but you could also steal from others, just like he's doing right now. Cutscene skip for Tarzan. Now he's on his way to Fire Mountain.
I'm sure these players will not take 8 minutes to do this.
No. Maybe when we were playing for the first time, it took about 8 minutes. 5-6 tries, maybe.
Yeah.
Good snipe from Obiyo there. So oftentimes on the second or even third egg, the CPUs have a pattern to come by and try to steal one of your eggs. Tarzan steals that CPU's egg. And we do have a way of placing the eggs to minimize the chance of the CPU stealing them successfully. Oh, he misses the egg. No, the CPUs don't take it. This could be a very lucky break for Tarzan here. We'll see what the CPUs do here. So he has to pay close attention to the minimap to see which CPUs are coming to attack the nest. That's why we have a homing missile to protect it. It looks like that'll be fine. No, I don't know if we're doing lag strategies quite yet. So now Tarzan can skip this cutscene and kind of get back a lot of that initial time loss from the cutscene skip miss. So he's not as far behind as it may appear.
If Obiyo misses this cutscene skip right here and Tarzan gets it, then I guess does he get everything back?
He would probably become even. I think he would be even if Obiyo misses this and Tarzan gets it. So this cutscene skip in particular, instead of doing the return to lobby option, we will use the exit game option, which puts us back on the main screen, and then from there we select TT again and go back into that file, which brings us, of course, whenever you start a file or go back to a file, you go right back into the overworld on the Taj map. And that skips the presentation of the boss cutscene entirely, and then the movement needed to get out of the world back to the overworld. So it's actually a really good hot top from Obiyo here. 44-0. Oh no, he hit return to lobby. He was one option short.
And he was already there at the option.
Oh, and he reset his console to kind of mimic the same thing. I don't know if that's much faster. And oh no, and Tarzan pauses out of the cutscene skip as well. Oh no.
He just failed it in solidarity.
So there's actually a good comparison to see if this is faster. Of course, Obiyo is going into this with about a 15-second lead. So we'll see what the time difference is now that Obiyo reset after it, and then Tarzan is not resetting. It looks like Obiyo maybe lost a 5-second lead, maybe even more. Yeah, I think it's going to be about 8-9 seconds. Yeah, so I think it is faster to stay, not resetting the console there. That's actually kind of good to know. I actually didn't know for sure. Car challenge is, of course, reverse NASCAR. You just turn right, and you turn right, and you turn right. There's this fast finish that you can do to save maybe about 1 second.
That isn't allowed in NASCAR, by the way.
No, you're not allowed to do that. And part of the reason is not only is it faster, you can grab the balloon and then immediately switch to plane. They both get the fast finish here, because now we need to go to Snowflake Mountain, so it's just much faster to finish on this spot than back on the finish line where we're supposed to.
Can we see IP early? Oh, come on.
No IP early.
Tarzan has done it. Come on, they can do it again.
Tarzan has done it. Tarzan is one of the few on video to hit the Icicle Pyramid early trick.
Man, does he hate fun.
It's not easy. So now we're getting into the first Snowflake track, which is Frosty Village. This track has a lot of variance to it, depending on how well you can navigate the forest section and how well you can do the lap transition, the jump down through the village. The ending turn can be really tricky, especially at these low frame rates. There's actually two different strategies now for the jump down. You can either hold the balloon and wait to use it once you land, or you could do this strat, which Tarzan tried to go for, which is a chain balloon into zippered. And that is a little bit faster, and it's also much flashier, which means it saves even more time, obviously. This forest section can be really tricky. The bumps are quite hazardous if you touch them the wrong way. The frame rate doesn't help either. Zero framing over that zipper. Unfortunate. I feel like most top runners usually like to see a 105 or better. So not the best Frosty Villages from either of them, but it is a really hard track to get fast. Obio's going to pull ahead by 6 additional seconds here. Yep, each one of these loses 6 seconds.
This is an especially tricky cutscene skip.
Yeah, it's a 15 FPS cutscene skip if you have to buffer it, and most people are not used to that buffer timing. You have to go, like 25% slower than you otherwise would. Key grab from Obio, very clean key grab. That movement's actually way harder than it looks. I struggle with it.
Go for the post-finish line key grab.
Oh yeah. Tarzan's gonna go for it here. Not as clean, but could have been way worse. Sometimes you can bonk in like 2 or 3 spots, or like the hitbox doesn't work with you and you miss it like twice. Another cutscene skip from Obiyo. In Snowball Valley in particular, it's really, really bumpy, so it's hard for you to get the car to do what you want. If you land at the wrong time or do an input in the air when you wanted to do it on the ground, it might not come through. Alright. Now they're going to be heading into Icicle Pyramid.
Setup time. Let's see if we get the CPUs to behave.
Yep, we have a fast strategy that we try to get on this minigame in particular, one of the 2 battle minigames. We shoot 3 homing rockets at that first CPU, then another one comes up here to attack us. Fire a bunch of singles at them, and then CPU 3 clears CPU 1 and then lines up perfectly for us to clear him. So really good strategy.
Correctly, there is no RNG.
Tarzan threw one of his homing missiles into a wall. Let's see what the RNG is. This pattern, ooh, I don't think he got a good pattern here because of that. We'll see. Maybe it's a late... What is this? Might come up. Oh, wow, he got so lucky. This third CPU came up at a really weird time. That worked out very well.
That's pure skill.
Yep. So, CPU 3, if you do the setup wrong, clearing the first and second CPUs, they might not come up and they might go down to the lower level. And they'll have all of their health, and it's super annoying to clear that last CPU. It can lose you 30 seconds or more at worst.
CPUs can get stuck in the corner, up in the air. That's what happened.
There's some weird polygons on the track, so... Right now, Obiyo has a 27-second lead, I believe. And that's from a few cutscene skip misses where Obiyo got them, and that little hiccup in Icicle Pyramid, even though he got out of it pretty cleanly, still lost him some time. Walrus Cove is also another car track here where there are a lot of bumps. It's hard to get the car to do what you want. But if you know how to play this track really well, you can save a ton of time.
But you can lose so much time in Darkwater Beach. Just saying.
Yep, we do have Darkwater Beach, probably the hardest minigame in the game coming up in the Sherbet Island world. This is a really good Walrus Cove from Obiyo. Balancing on the bridge. Oh, 115.
If you want to go for a Kia Starmer there.
Maybe, or a, we can't really do the Brexit strat on the, with the car. You can do it with the hovercraft. We also have the Rishi Sunak boost in Walrus Cove as well, also with hovercraft. You can actually get the Rishi Sunak boost with car. If you're a time trialer that's in the DKR VC, then you might know what we're talking about. Otherwise, it's probably just complete nonsense. Shoutouts to Leah. Good cutscene skip, first framer for Tarzan there. Each time that you can first frame, firsty, a cutscene skip, you're going to be saving, you know, 3/4 to 1 second over having to buffer one if you're a frame late. And that really adds up. If you're really accurate with first framing your cutscene skips, you can save a lot of seconds. And that goes for every category.
You do not want to miss one after buffering.
No, because then that just, you know, the time it takes to buffer plus the 6 seconds of time lost.
It's insult to injury.
It really is. So Everfrost Peak, I blinked and Obiyo's already done.
Yeah, he got it this time and didn't do return to.
I don't even know what time he got. He went that fast. Jeez. And he got the exit game. So that skips having to watch all of the Bluey cutscene. Well, just the boss presentation. You don't have to go in. You can just drive back out. But that loses a lot of time if you miss them. These exit game cutscene skips that we do at the end of the world. So now Obiyo's getting into Hover Challenge, which arguably, to some, is the best vehicle challenge of the three.
It is.
Is
objectively.
it? Tarzan's coming up on the end of EP, and he gets the exit game as well, so it'll keep up. He still has quite the deficit to cover, but anything can happen in the Darkwater Beach minigame here. It is really has that much variance that even a top player could get really unlucky or miss a single shot and have it all kind of crumble down. If you don't like hover, then this is probably your least favorite minigame. It is just a minute and 10 seconds of snaking and hover A-tapping. You're not allowed to let go of the A button for more than 1 frame. Otherwise, you start losing some speed. Ooh, Tarzan's really far to the right. I don't know how Tarzan and Trident get away with it. I always DQ when I'm that far to the right. So 111.5 for Obiyo. That's usually what top players are looking for. You can't really go that much faster in RTA. We actually had a new Hover Challenge world record from Kives. The first 108 on Hover Challenge.
And
it was incredible. Oh, Obiyo went to the wrong door. He's going to the wrong door. Oh no. Alright, so now he finds the correct door. Yeah, typically we go to Pirate Lagoon as our first track when we get into Sherbet. 111.49. Tarzan has the better hover challenge, which clearly means that Tarzan's going to win this.
Yes, he will.
Pirate Lagoon is a really deceivingly difficult hover track because it is all about how accurate you can be hitting all of these boosts and chaining them all together and conserving the speed. There isn't much like, you know, hover specific tech like snaking lines and A-tapping.
It's just keeping your momentum in hover.
It's a really satisfying track to get correct, but it can go wrong. And it can go wrong quite hard. A sub 50 there, that's really good. I think most top runners are looking for sub 50 for their Pirate Lagoons, but it doesn't always happen, especially if you miss a chain or two. Let's see. up on the end. Gets the cutscene skip.
Okay, that's what you want to see. Both
Does
getting
Obiyo go for
cutscenes.
lap 2? No, Obiyo goes for lap 3 key grab. That's right.
I think I learned that to do it in lap 3.
Yeah, I always done it on lap 2 because I used to forget a lot when I was starting my hundo grind. So I always just go lap 2.
It's like, oh, the CPUs are going to be in the way, and then just do it on the lag lap, basically.
Alright, pretty good key grab there. This key grab can also be really tricky. Having to deal with the water cycles.
Yeah, we couldn't make magnet strats work for that one.
I actually was messing around with magnet strats lap 1 just to remind myself if it could work or not, and it can work, but you lose out on like 2 or 3 bananas, unfortunately. But and you don't really save enough time with the magnet on lap 1.
Let's see how Tarzan does this.
Oh, barely misses it, so he has to get back in there and grab it. This is the tricky part of it. We almost clipped the corner as well. The tides worked out well, getting back to speed. But it has been theorized that if you are really, really, really fast in Crescent Island, you can actually use a magnet on lap 3 to get back onto the road from the CPUs. But you need like sub 1 Crescent Island pace to do it. And there's maybe only one person that can do that right now. That's Asbo, who has the record right now for Crescent Island Balloon Race. And even on that pace, the world record, it might not get it. It's a really tight theoretical strat that we've had. I'm sure a task could do it. Wink, wink. Someone could do that for us. Whale Bay, another short and sweet hover track. 48.
Got this tough cutscene's good.
Yep. Just like
Now
with Frosty
for
Village, it's a 15 FPS buffer. Of course, it's not too hard to first frame it, but if you have to buffer it, it is a nightmare. Now, Obiyo's going to do his best to have the fast dark water strategy here. Clears the first CPU pretty well. This long shot is the most inconsistent part. Looks like he misses that and the second one on Diddy. He'll be able to clear this second CPU, but CPU 3, which is always Diddy, now has full HP.
It's always Diddy.
It's always Diddy. He still has 3 shots to go. This is not the ideal dark water, but this is the hardest minigame. Alright, and he's out of there. Looks like Tarzan is going for the camping strategy. It's old reliable.
That's what we did back in my day.
Yep. This one can't really be screwed up.
Oh.
I guess the only way that it can be slower is if you kind of stop your momentum right on the balloon, which pauses it from respawning. You have to sway back and forth, crossing into the balloon to stack it up to a level 2 homing missile. And he is out of there. Now, Obiyo is on his last race here for Sherbet Island, Treasure Caves. This is a really, really fast card track if you do everything just right. There's a chain that we do in the cave here. That's a good one. This is actually incredibly fast. 36, that's very, very good.
Back.
Gets the exit game.
Title. Tarzan really, really needs to get this cutscene skip.
Yep. That's a chain for Tarzan. Oh, misses the last zipper. That kind of counts, right? I think it counts. So now, plane challenge for Obiyo here. Plane challenge is really tough. It's just barrel rolls like any other plane track, but no boosts, so you really need to not hit anything. And there's a lot of things that you can hit. Especially this turn back into the main area, it gets like 12 FPS. So whatever angle you got, you won't be able to adjust out of it. Oh, Tarzan misses the exit game. So now he's going to fall back by quite a lot
Really
here.
unfortunate.
I think for Tarzan to win now, Obiyo is going to... I don't know if he can DQ from this challenge anymore. He's already passed the hard part. 54 plane
And
challenge, that's great.
If he really fails windmill planes badly.
I expect Obiyo to be going for windmill planes out of bounds here.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he wasn't going for it.
And that's the nice part about this section of the route is you can do either Greenwood Village or you can do windmill planes. And windmill planes is a little bit faster if you can do it correctly, but I would say for most players, Greenwood Village is faster.
It's faster
Six
if you
bananas.
get out of bounds.
Obiyo has 6 bananas for this out of bounds here, which is not ideal. Oh, and he misses it. Oh no. Oh, he's just going to stay inbounds. Okay.
Just going out of bounds left too.
Yep. Some people will turn right back around and they'll go out of bounds immediately on lap 1. But sometimes others will just continue forward, collect some bananas, and then just try it again on lap 2. Which is what it looks like he was going to be doing. Tarzan's going to be finishing up plane challenge here with a 56. That's respectable. Attempt number 2 for the out of bounds, and he gets out. Doesn't keep the speed. Even with 9 bananas, that's really unlucky. I guess the only way from here... Oh no, the bonk from Tarzan. That is honestly one of the most annoying sections in this game, is just trying to get into the tunnel for Dragon Forest.
That's why you just use the out of bounds, right?
Just go out of bounds, yeah. Misses the cutscene skip. So that's going to be effectively a 128 windmill planes, which is not ideal. But Obiyo has enough of a lead here that it shouldn't matter unless somehow
Greenwood
this
Village
is...
faster.
Yeah, if you do it in normal Greenwood Village. But Tarzan's going to go for the out of bounds with 7 bananas, and he stays out of bounds. He keeps the
Looks
speed as
scary.
well. And for him, the only thing he can do wrong here is clipping back in or voiding out. So Bio's going to go for the key grab here. Uses a double. Just to re-grab it, and there it is. And you can back out as soon as you get it. You don't have to finish the level to get progression for getting the key. You can just back out immediately.
Oh, or Smoky Castle. I want
Yeah.
to see some banana dupes here. Come
Yeah.
on, boys. Make
Yep,
me
so-
happy.
There is a strategy, a trick to duplicate the bananas by hitting yourself with a mine on the same frame that you deposit a banana into your box. Tarzan's finishing up here. He gets a 106 with the cutscene skip, so that's about a 22-second time save over Obiyo's windmill planes. But Obiyo has enough of a lead here that it shouldn't matter too much. Is this going to be a 27? It'll be really close to a 27 for Obiyo here. Might just be shy of a 27. One balloon for the key grab here is really tough. And he gets up. There we go. One balloon for the key grab is really, really tough. Ideally, we want 2 or use 2 singles. Obiyo's come... Oh! Just a random shot from Conquer for no reason. That's so random. But here he comes. The end of his run. 28.06. GG's to Obiyo. He wins this matchup. Tarzan
Supposed
is-
to really clean.
Yep.
Like just forgetting the correct thing to menu to kind of the biggest mistake in this.
Yep. So without that, that was going to be probably... Oh. Oh no. Why do the CPUs have to do this to us? So if you're a bit too slow on the second pathing of bananas, then a CPU will grab a rocket there and shoot you and steal your bananas. So we have to be fast enough in order to make that cycle. But so far, this section at least for Smoky Castle looks pretty clean here. And there it is.
That's it.
29-10 for Tarzan. Congrats to Obiyo for winning the match. GG's. 2806 missing the exit game is actually a really, really strong time. And resetting the console after missing the exit game looked like it was about 5 seconds slower, so that would have been maybe around a 27-4, maybe even a 27-3. And that's with that Windmill Plains as well. So those two mistakes, this would have been a super, super fast TT Amulet run from Obiyo, but he wins the match regardless.
I think we got our runners in here.
Yeah, some post-game commentary maybe. Obiyo, Tarzan, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
All right, Obiyo, congrats on the win. Despite some of the issues both of you faced early on, you still put up a
Early
good
on?
show.
The whole run.
You both did almost the same
was
menuing
awful.
mistake.
Yeah.
I did every mistake in the book, dude.
Oh,
That was
no.
awful.
I cutscene skipped HTV and did return to the lobby, so that was great.
Yeah.
And resetting
Oh, it's
was
okay.
not a great
I got
idea
the cutscene
because
skip and then missed the up input somehow.
yeah. And we
Yeah,
had
Oh.
a
That was
direct
great.
comparison of resetting the console and just driving out of the lobby. And resetting the console is definitely not better.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
maybe.
I panicked, so
Yeah.
I didn't
Well-
think about it.
But yeah. Good match. Let's see, what's some good talking points? Darkwater Beach. I think it didn't go ideal for either of you, but Tarzan, you went for the camping strategy, whereas Obiyo stuck to the fast strategy.
Yeah, I haven't learned the fast strategy.
Yeah,
at all.
The fast strategy can be it's not super consistent. There are some really tough shots that you have to make, and if you hit all of them, obviously you can get an insane dark water. But I think it is, at least in my opinion, the most horrifying part of the run, apart from the exit game
Yeah.
cutscene skips and maybe Windmill Plains out of bounds.
I'm sad because I actually had good RNG, but I missed the shot on Diddy, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
now I'm screwed. So yeah.
Tarzan actually messed up the setup for Icicle Pyramid, but got incredible RNG.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
right.
don't know how-
It barely wasted time.
threw the first shot into the wall. I'm like, oh dear lord, how in the world am I gonna get out of this? And then just I don't know how the CPU that fell down managed to find its way back up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got very,
Yeah.
very lucky.
It seems like you got the good old two full RNG that we all strived to get.
Yep. You can't beat luck, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Obiyo, what do you think you did best in this run?
Treasure caves, probably.
Yeah, that treasure caves was actually what was it, like a 36, I think?
I think so. It
Yeah,
was
that's
really good.
that's
was like-
insane.
I was like, damn, finally something that's going well.
Yeah. Tarzan, I'm thinking your Windmill Plains was actually quite good. Would you say that's the best thing you did this run?
I guess so, by a very slim margin between that or Everfrost Peak. Those are really the only two solid races I had the entire run. Like I thought I was gonna have a really strong start after Fossil Canyon. It doesn't matter how good my lap one is, I always get mind read on the oil slick every
Oh, yeah.
time.
Yeah, you are
1980 something opener, and I still get oil slicked every time.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Giz is wanting me to mention I believe Obiyo got a 115 Walrus Cove.
That is
Oh, yeah, that was
wacky.
really good, too.
That was
Yeah, that's
wacky.
easily second best thing you did this run by a mile.
Yeah, those two things really carried the run because the rest was eh.
Yeah. I feel like most players are looking for, at least sub 120. But if you hit everything really well, you can get into the 116 range. But 115 is super good, and especially in a match as well. I believe that's all that I have to ask. Andy, do you have anything?
Yeah. What are the upcoming races these two will have to face?
I've got a match scheduled with Eniguma tomorrow morning, actually.
Yeah, we do have matches tomorrow. We also have a match coming up right after this one in about maybe 10 minutes. I wonder who's going to be in that one. I need
Best
to
of
make.
luck to you.
All I'm going to say is I need to make some more coffee.
Someone who is decent at car, maybe?
I don't know.
I think it's
Possibly
best
someone
to
in
play.
this call is gonna go play a run like right now, almost.
We'll see. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this match. Congrats to Obiyo, but good job from
Jeez.
Tarzan as well.
GG.
I
Alright.
was in the mindset of like I had to come in and play really strong, and Obiyo was either gonna play really well or he was gonna like not remember TT Amulet that well.
I mean,
And
to be
at
fair,
the end
did
of the
not
day,
do-
He did
still
run
played
into a door in
insanely well.
Sherbet.
Yes, I did make mistakes a lot, but it was still fine.
Yeah.
I
think
mean,
we're gonna.
you getting
Yeah.
mistakes and still getting a low 28, that's still insane.
Come on, you planned that hot top volcano cutscene skip sync so the viewers would get the comparison between resetting the console and
Oh, yeah.
I was
going
not
to the
throwing for
lobby.
content. I promise you. I promise you I was not throwing for content.
That's
Oh.
educational content for the community.
Well, there you go. Now you know. Don't
Yeah.
reset the console.
I think it's time we wrap up this match and get set up for the next one, which is it's me, Mr. Ponytail, versus Jason Xavier Cryonics, coming up in 8 minutes, I guess now, or maybe a little bit longer. Depends on how long setup is, but that's what's coming up next. So stay tuned for that. We will see you there. And yeah,
Bye bye for now.
bye bye for now.